Hi, gang. Joe Ayers here, the old prof, coming at you with another installment of writing questions and answers. Before we get into today's question, let's point out these things again. We've got the old website, joeayrescares.com. You want to check out my novels, go to the novels tab in the menu. They'll all pop up there. If you want to know about my academic writing, go to the About Me section. Toward the end, you'll find a Vita. All that stuff is there. So today's question is essentially, what is the most surprising thing you discover about writing your books? I don't know if this is the most surprising thing, but it's a thing that surprised me, that occurred to me. I'm going to compare the publishing your own novels, writing academic articles, and writing academic books. What's different about each one of those? From a novel standpoint, I think the thing that surprised me the most was it's relatively easy. Once you decide you're going to do it and you think up a plot that will work in your mind, then you just sort of imagine where it's going and you get all these little twists and turns. With me, I think them up while I'm laying there in bed in the morning and get up and write it. And I write 5 pages a day, or an episode, roughly 5 pages a day. I figure the novel needs to be 200, 250 pages long. So you divide the 5 into that, and you get 50 days or a couple of months with the revision of the things. And they flow out fairly easily. And the plots come to me fairly readily as well. Once I got into the Allen's Fund notion, and the child had been murdered for his organs, I got to thinking about other ways that kids are abused and exploited, and pop, 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 up came the other 10 themes in that, and in its various turns. It's kind of fun when you get in there. And with me, I want my novels to have a realistic aspect. I want it to actually happen. I'm not big on things that don't happen and fantasy and all of that. I know I'm out of step with the world in that regard because they're really into dragons and crazy things. I just go, I have absolutely no interest in that. So that's a constraint, but it also makes it easier in a way. You don't have to, come up with this outlandish, outworldly, unworldly thing. It has to work. So you try to figure out how that might happen. So from the most surprising thing to me about writing the novels is fairly easy. And coming up with plots is fairly easy. I have this notion for plots that would give me an unending stream of plots. I don't know if I'll actually follow through with it. But if you look at obituaries, you basically have a plot for a novel in every obituary that you read. That's quite a few plots. I'm thinking I won't run out there. So, from an academic standpoint, writing academic textbooks is not easy at all. A much harder kind of thing. You have all of the colleagues that are going to criticize you if you do something that's untoward and new and novel and untried and untested. And you got to make sure you touch base with everybody that's ever been out there because they think they made an important contribution, and so on. So and then dealing with the publishers and the reviewers and all of that. It's fairly hard to write the thing. The plot is easy, of course, because it's an academic. It's a textbook. What's to a textbook? Writing articles when you've done a piece of research. For me, that was relatively easy. It's thinking up the research that's hard, designing the research. Once you've got the study designed and all of that, writing the article is just a piece of cake. The way I used to write them is we'd collect a bunch of data, and come Christmas vacation, that's what I did. I wrote the articles up. Pretty much didn't write any other time. The Christmas vacation, I wrote nonstop Christmas vacation, but they spun right out. The I only really wrote one theory book, and that was also not easy. It was fairly easy to write because I had already thought about the aspects of communication apprehension, and I thought contributed to it, made it happen. And so I just put those four things in a book, along with the research. I knew all that research, and it was right at hand. I had the files. I'd just reach and pull them out. It was thinking up the theory that was the most difficult, getting it down on paper and writing it again fairly easy. So there's my take for you on how easy it is to write novels, textbooks, articles, and theory books. Relatively easy overall if you can come up with the ideas. So, till next time. By the way, if you're so inclined, subscribe, share, comment, etc. Catch you next time.